If you don't know the book Who Moved My Cheese, it's about two mice and two little people who were in a maze, and every day they would go to a certain place where they knew they had cheese. One day that cheese is moved, and three of them venture out to find new cheese while the one stays behind. Now, this book focuses on the person who stayed behind. And though it's mostly about money and how we manage our finances, our job, our businesses, it can really be stretched and used into all the aspects of our lives. Now, the one that stayed behind eventually had to move because he realized he was going to starve if he keeps waiting for things to show up and if he doesn't take action. And he ventured into the maze with three matters of facts, like three beliefs he had that he was certain are true. The first one is I have to find more cheese. If I don't, I will die. Now, in this case, I need more money. If not, then it's not going to be very good. Or I need to find a different kind of a relationship because I'm stuck in abusive ones and I don't want them. I need to find happiness. I need to find whatever your belief is. The second belief he has was that the maze is a dangerous place full of dark corners and blind alleys. Obviously, he wanted to stay away from these because he did not believe anything good is in a dark place or in a dark alley. And the third one is it's up to me, I am all on my own. How many times did we not have this belief that everything is resting on our shoulders, and if we want something, it's up to us to get that something done. If you want to accomplish something, it's up to us to do it because nobody's out there to give us a hand and nobody's there to help us. So in a way, if you read his facts of the matter, you would think, oh, this is so true, and he's so smart and thoughtful and careful in his venture back into the maze because you do not know what's out there. You know, it's crazy out there. We again say that a lot. And as he moves through the maze, he finds writings on the wall that belong to his other friend who went first. And his friend left him little nuggets along the way. Old beliefs do not lead you to new cheese. So basically, doing the same thing will not give you a different outcome. If you want a different outcome, you need to change your belief. You need to try something new. Again, a shift in the mindset. If you are stuck and you want things to go a different direction, you are not your belief. You are the person who chooses your beliefs. Again, we're not identified by our thoughts. Our thoughts just come and go. However, if you hold on to those thoughts, then and you believe them to be true, then those thoughts become beliefs. That's what beliefs are, and it's stated in the book. Beliefs are simple thoughts that we take as truth, and we base our lives on them. And sometimes you have to believe it before you can see it. How many of us had a vision, a dream, an ambition, something they wanted to accomplish that was so big and so outrageous and so out there, yet we still went for it and we still did it? Okay? And if you need to do something that's way out of the box, you do need to let go of some of your old beliefs, some of your old fears, some of the things that are holding you back. And in the book, that's exactly what he does. He used to carry this heavy bag with him with tools that in the past helped him find cheese. And as he moves through the tunnel and finds new friends, he realizes that he doesn't need the baggage anymore. He doesn't need to carry all that heavy weight with him. He can leave all that heavy weight into the past and it's gonna be okay. At the end of the book, he discovers that all his matters of fact were actually false, that all those beliefs that he started out with turned out to not be true, and he changed all of them, and he did find his happy place. Ooh, spoiler alert, I think. Oops. but it's a great book to read still. It takes about an hour. And he realized that he didn't need cheese necessarily. He could do very well with apples or any other type of food. Again, it can be, sometimes it happens, we lose our job and we think that we are only good at doing that one particular thing. And later on we discover that no, actually I am good at doing a lot of other things. We can rediscover and we can reinvent ourselves as long as we have that open mind and that open mindset. He realized that he doesn't have to do it all on his own. He found friends, he found help, and he discovered the place outside of the maze while exploring a dark alley and, one of those places he was trying to avoid in the first place. So, yes, if you want to change, if you want a different outcome, if you want your life to be different, your relationships to be different, your work to be different, the friends, the environment, all of that, you don't have to do it on your own. There are people who have done it before you and they left messages on the wall, or in our cases, you have coaches that can help you and guide you along your way. You don't have to be alone. And exploring the dark side of yourself, doing that shadow work, doing that subconscious work, it's not scary. It doesn't have to be scary, and it's very liberating, and it does take you to where you want to go. It brings you so much self-awareness and so much understanding, and it's so empowering to discover new things about you and to discover new maybe talents you never knew you had, to let go of old fears and old beliefs, knowing that you have the competence and the confidence to build the dream and the life that you want to build, despite it being perceived as close to crazy or impossible. Nothing is impossible if you don't let it. If you let it, it's gonna be. If not, then take your chance. Anyway, that's why I'm here today, because I've read the sequel to a super good book. And it's funny because initially I didn't want to buy it because I thought, I read the first book, I loved the first book, that's why I bought this book. But I didn't want to buy it because I was reading through it in the shop and I thought, I already know this, I don't need the book. I don't regret buying the book. Honestly, I don't regret buying the book. If it's a very wonderful story. It really explains everything in such a lovely way that it's impossible for you to not get the message, really.